a really great question. I think the biggest reason is that it is, and I would love to be the guy who said, this is really simple, but it's not. There's a lot of stuff out there that is always promising measurement. Like when we first started this, there was Google Analytics, and that already was overwhelming people because it does a lot of stuff. And, it was a harder platform for people to learn. And now there's Tag Manager and Data Studio and Tag Manager server side, Google Analytics 4. And that's just the Google verse of stuff. There's all the other stuff that's out there too. So it can be overwhelming and frustrating because there's so much stuff that's out there and the market is constantly changing. So there's, new technical changes that are changing, like what iOS did with the whole Facebook debacle earlier this year, what Google's going to be doing in 2023 when they change their browser, right? So that's changing. Laws are coming out with new privacy and user stuff, which is causing measurement to change. And then users themselves just don't want to be measured in the way that they were before. So they're using ad blockers and things like that. So you have tools that are complicated. They are on top of a system where everything's rapidly changing all the time. The rules are constantly changing. It's like no wonder when somebody kind of jumps into the middle of that, it's like a raging ocean. And you're like, there's no way you're going to be able to swim your way out of this. It's really hard. And so that's what I think that makes it such a tough nut to crack. The reason that, or I should say the way out, because there is hope for this, but the way out of it is that you have to have a framework to follow. You've got to have a structure. If you just jump into Google Analytics without any sort of real plan of how you're going to use it, as an example, it's going to feel like you just jumped into a big giant ocean with a raging storm. And it's going to be really hard for you to get anything done. But when you go in with a framework in mind, with a plan that you've got, then it becomes a lot simpler. So again, the short answer of why it's such a tough nut to crack is because people don't have a plan for it. And there's a lot going on. So you have to sort of think that through. And if you have a plan, it's a lot easier to crack that nut.